First, I check the bike lane, and because it's clear, I continue. We just really never know if there's going to be a bike, a person, or a car. And that's the magic of all of our right turns, and especially the yield right turns. Hey, this is Jacqueline, and for the next few minutes, we're going to be working on making yield right turns. We're going to be working on two specific yield right turns, one that is clearly marked and one that is unmarked. We're going to follow the same pattern for each of the turns. We're going to begin with a right lane change, checking our mirror and blind spot. We're going to look for bikes, pedestrians, and cars. We're going to continue if it's safe, and we're going to yield by slowing or stopping if there's a hazard. The main goal is we never want anything to intersect when we're making a right turn. So we want to make sure there's no bicyclist, no pedestrian, and no car. Let's get out on the road and see what our yield right turns look like in practice. We have a yield right turn just up ahead. It's unmarked, but I can see the shape of the letter Y in the road and the right lane inviting me over. Once I check and make sure that the bike lane is clear, I approach the pedestrian crossing. Since it's clear, I continue out, look left, and since there were no cars, I got to proceed safely. My speed limit through that turn was about 15 miles an hour, which is our go-to for cautious maneuvers. And because there was no hazard, I did not have to stop or slow. Let's try that again up here. This is an unmarked yield right turn. First, I check the bike lane. Next, I check the pedestrian crossing. Because it's clear, I continue. And then I check for cars. And because it's clear, I continue again. I'm going to go around the corner one more time. And let's see what the world has in store for us on our next round, looking at these two yield right turns. We just really never know if there's going to be a bike, a person, or a car that we're going to have to either slow or stop for. So we keep our eyes open, we assess the area, and we only enter in if it's safe. First, I check the bike lane, and because it's clear, I continue. Then I check the pedestrian crossing. Because it's clear, I continue. And then I check for cars or bikes, and I see a long row of cars, and I turn in when it's safe. In that example, on that yield right turn, I had to stop and wait for a gap between the cars so that I could enter in safely. This right turn is a full stop right turn, but I still check for all the same stuff. So let's just talk about it. I have to make sure that there isn't anyone in the bike lane. I have to make sure that there aren't any pedestrians. And then I have to make sure that there's no one coming from the left side. So that was another example of yielding if we have to, stopping if we have to, and going only when it's safe. And that's the magic of all of our right turns, and especially the yield right turns. We're approaching another opportunity to do a good yield right turn. Up ahead at the light, we're going to make a right turn. And this is a well-marked yield right turn. You'll be able to see the yield signs. And we remember our 3 steps to making a safe yield right turn. We signal and check mirror and blind spot for the bike lane. We check the pedestrian crossing area. And then when we get to the yield, we look left, make sure there aren't any cars coming, and we continue if it's safe. And if there were cars coming, we would stop or slow long enough to let the cars pass and for us to continue safely. I hope you have a better sense of how to make a yield right turn, and that you always remember a yield right turn is an opportunity to continue flowing with traffic unless there's a reason to stop. And your 3 reasons to stop are bike lane, pedestrian crossing, and the lane that you're turning into. So you're always going to do all the work of your right turn, making sure that there's no hazard, and checking left to make sure that there are no cars or bikes that you would intersect with when you rejoin your lane. Thanks for stopping in today to learn more about yield right turns. Keep studying and you'll be a great driver. Take care.